Hello, Star Wars fans. Hey, you know there's just 107 days and 14 hours until Christmas 2021. Oh, today we're coming on a little bit early so that we can cover the Hasbro Fan First Wednesday Star Wars reveals today. We're hoping to get some good ones. You can be sure of one thing, though. One thing is absolutely certain on a Hasbro Star Wars reveal is repaints are in order. Oh, how many repaints? How many originals? And will Santa get his blurg announced? Can we get a pipeline blurg? Please, anything. I definitely need a blurg. So, you guys, I'm going to turn on the display here so you guys can see. There we go. We've got the we've got the event in this screen over here. Let's make that full screen, and I will turn on. Yeah. Oh my goodness. There you go. There's Nikki. Let's get ready to go. Every time Santa or Martin says blurg or repaint, we all have to take a shot of Dr. Pepper. Oh, yeah. It better be something non-alcoholic because, you know, it's coming. Oh my goodness. You guys. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to unmute so we can hear the event.
Hello and welcome, Star Wars fans and all lovers of all things Star Wars. We are excited to be here with you guys again
Martin's
today.
There.
It's been a little while since we've done one of these live streams, but there's been a lot of other great stuff going on this summer. Which
How
we'll
long
chat
until
about.
Patrick
But we are excited to talk some Star Wars, to share some stuff here again today.
Well, Patrick
My name's
announced
Patrick,
his mistake.
obviously, from our marketing team. We've got a couple other folks here as well.
Hi, I'm Jing. I'm a brand manager here at Hasbro.
And I'm Chris Reif on design here at Hasbro.
Wonderful. So we're excited for this live stream. This is kind of generally in that convention season, back when we had conventions, you know, July, August, kind of celebrating that general timing. But as mentioned, you know, it has been a lot going on since our last live stream. I think our last one was I Am Your Father's Day in June. So it's been a while for live streams, but a lot going on. We had our second fan site celebration of the year in June. We revealed our vintage Bad Batch pack, our Black Series Bad Batch items, our Black Series Power of the Force expression. So a lot of excitement there. And a bit to share about that vintage Bad Batch item. We shared this on some fan site interviews we did, but there are additional quantities that will be available for that item when it's on shelf in early 2022. So that was exciting. You know, Star Wars Entertainment, the Bad Batch Season 1 concluded with that epic finale. So exciting to watch that. We had our convention exclusive reveals in early July. We had our 2D Clone Wars and Black Series Mando carbonized in late July.
Hey,
so, you know, a little while between live streams, but a lot going on. And we're excited to continue the news here today. So we're going to dive into the show, get right into the news. We're going to start with reveals, starting with our newest expression, Prototype Edition.
That's right. And we did our first one of these figures back in 2019 with Darth Vader, and followed up on May the 4th this year with the reveal of our next entry in the series, the Boba Fett figure, which is very cool. But I think we've talked about this before, how during our process of making a new figure, we look at samples of the figures in solid and unpainted colors, just to look at sculptural details, check fit and function of the different parts. And some of these figures, we get in this way, come in these bright, fun colors, just like these. So this is a fun way to share a bit of our process with fans. And for our next reveal of the day is our next entry into this program, and maybe being molded in a different color will help them shoot a little straighter. That's right, it's the Prototype Edition Stormtrooper. So it comes molded in the bright, bold colors that you've seen in the other releases. It'll come in 6 different color variations with the purples, blue, red, orange, yellow, green colors all mixed together. But with this figure for the first time, we're throwing in the colored blasters as well. So the blasters in each one of these figures will be a different color as well, which is a nice, fun little color pop and something new for these things. So packaging continues that fun, saturated colors of the line and kind of that pop style art.
Elvis.
And these will be available at Target in the U.S., Toys R Us in Canada, Fan Channel exclusive in the U.K., and available for pre-order tomorrow at 1 Eastern, and on shelf later this fall.
Cool. Those look so awesome. I love them. But for now, let's move on to the Black Series. We have one reveal now, but we have more later, I promise. Our first reveal is our next item in the Gaming Greats line.
Ready to drink?
We started this program last year and has continued into this year with some great items, including a new version of Cal Kestis, the Flame Trooper, and Knight Brother Warrior from Jedi Fallen Order. And our most recent reveal was Zalbar from Knights of the Old Republic.
Zalbar, there you go, Martin.
Our next item in this line is from Battlefront 2.
Black Series figure
the
you
Jet
got
Trooper. Using that new Clone Trooper body that we love, we were able to modify the torso, including a slide to include a jetpack on this figure. It's not a permanent change to this character. Not all future Clone Troopers will have the slide, but a temporary option that we use for this Gaming Greats figure. And since this is a gaming character, we took close looks at screenshots taken directly from the game, of course, to influence the design, and we're so happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing we've done is to maintain the consistency of the blue for the 501st across the entire line.
And if they're going to do it, they need to be able to fulfill them.
It's consistent across all of the 501st, which we think it looks great. It's a great new troop builder for the line, number 6 in our Gaming Greats collection in that beautiful Black Series line look.
Very good.
Available at GameStop in the US, EB Games in Canada, fan exclusive in UK, available for pre-order starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and on shelf spring of 2022.
24 hours for the...
It's really cool seeing the Gaming Greats in the new line look. Obviously, Gaming Greats was one of that first kind of collections within a collection, so really cool kind of seeing that in the new line look.
Yeah, I think it's great. It looks amazing.
All righty, let's shift gears now and talk about The Mandalorian, a little show you all may have heard of. Obviously, it's been woven throughout our line and will continue to be woven through. We've got a few reveals here today, and we're going to start with our vintage carbonized collection.
Here we go, carbonized.
We launched that expression last year with a variety of characters, including The Mandalorian himself, which you're seeing on screen. And it was really great to see these dynamic characters that we love from the television show in this distinctive styling and see that premium finish applied to the iconic vintage card back, just really kind of seeing it woven throughout the product and the packaging. So we've got 4 more items in this
Nikki, that would sell
today.
If they would actually do a Darth Jar Jar.
It's a Mandalorian, but of course you're seeing here, we've already done the Mandalorian. So this next one is the Armorer. Looking great there on the screen.
There we go.
Now, obviously, in the original figure, the mainline figure, the helmet and chest were already carbonized. So in this expression, we carbonized the rest of her costume, her armor, cape, etc. Brought that distinctive styling to the whole figure.
You guys ready?
She really does stand out as a figure with lots of cool carbonized colors. She really stands out in this line. And with her deep colors, it really sets kind of a cool metallic palette for this expression. In terms of packaging, always important with the vintage collection. This does continue the standard that was set with our vintage carbonized collection last year. So you'll see that consistency within the collection. The color taken from the deco is printed on silver foil to create that metallic effect, which is really nice. And obviously, the pill and bubble color tie nicely to the carbonized figure itself for a very cohesive look. So we are excited to see the armor come to our vintage carbonized collection.
Mission Fleet.
Now, our next entry, coming up next, is one that we haven't done in carbonized in any scale, but the pops of red, as a little hint, make it look really great carbonized. It's the vintage carbonized Incinerator Trooper. So you're seeing it on the screen there. We think it looks great.
Hold on.
It has, obviously, that base white for the Incinerator Trooper treated with a pearlescent white, which, if you're recognizing that word pearlescent, this was similar to our 2019 Black Series Jet Trooper, one of our first waves of carbonized in any expression, in any scale.
Hey,
so
Meg's
it's got
made
that
it.
pearlescent
Look
white,
here.
and it really has a cool bold red metallic
Repaint.
outline detail,
Another
really
drink.
bringing that finish to the figure. We see a great contrast here, and those red metallics really stand out in a bold way. So a great second entry to this new wave of carbonized figures.
Yeah, very cool. And then up next, for our third one, well, if you're going to have Incinerator Troopers, you need someone to command them. So Moff Gideon.
Oh, of course.
Moff Gideon. All the blacks on his outfit and the interior, the red cape lining, all that stuff, just some beautiful metallics popping. So some cool, moody design looks going on there. Just a really nice plus up on this
Another repaint. Yay.
And then finally,
just
for
what
our
we've
fourth,
been waiting on.
We've seen this one carbonized in Black Series already, but it looks so amazing. We wanted to see it in vintage as well.
You ready?
And that's right. It's the Shore Trooper for the last one.
Oh,
here.
Shore Trooper.
So
Okay,
the base
I don't have
sandy
one
color
of
of
those
his armor
right here.
became a kind of a pearlescent gold. So
oh, my
very cool
goodness.
there. But still, like, this is a super
I wouldn't
highly
mind
decorated
getting a
figure.
Shore
So we've
Trooper.
got
That'd
all
be
that
nice
on
to
here,
have.
all in the
I don't have
carbonized
one
treatment
ordered yet.
to really maintain the look of this figure. So definitely a unique look here. And this is the first time we're seeing a Shore Trooper on a Mandalorian card back, which is fun.
There you go.
So great
There's
new film
what
out from
Stan has been
season
waiting
2,
for.
episode 7.
It's got at least...
And then all of these vintage carbonized figures are available at Walmart in the
Of
US
course,
and Canada.
Walmart exclusive.
And Fan Channel
there we
exclusive
go.
in
We
the
got that to
UK.
look forward to.
And then as we sometimes
goodness.
do in order to ensure a better pre-order experience for you, these won't be available for pre-order tomorrow. They'll be pre-ordered on October 7th at 1 p.m. Eastern time, though.
Very cool. It's a cool point about kind of the card back appearing here first. I know we see that occasionally in the line where some of
Santa's
these
not
different
gonna
expressions see
dehydrate.
the premiere, so it's cool to be able to see that film out for the
It's
first
a
time.
Shore Trooper. Oh
Yeah,
my
very
goodness. Well, I'm excited
these are
to
awesome,
get the
but
Shore
my
Trooper
favorite
on
is
the
still the
Mando card. That'd be
Incinerator
nice to
Trooper. I think that one, just the contrast, exactly what you said, Patrick. The contrast between that red and that pearlescent white.
Yes.
It's gorgeous. I love that one.
He is a good-looking guy.
Yeah, it's nice. Chris, the design team, does a really
Here
cool
you
job
go.
of bringing
Here you
out
go,
those
Patrick.
contrasts on setting
Shore
the figures
Trooper,
apart. So
Flame Trooper.
it's a nice job there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that was
Oh, my
vintage.
goodness.
But we're going to continue our Mandalorian beat with the Black series. Just like we launched Vintage Carbonized last year, we also launched the Black Series Credit Collection. Again, a variety of characters, including the Mandalorian. Lots of things that we really liked about this expression.
Lots
Star
of
Wars
repaints
has
and
such
no
a
blurs.
great heritage of
Here's gonna be
coins
my
on
summary for the
packaging.
day, my
So it's
review.
fun to get the actual currency of the Star Wars universe, the
ahoy.
Imperial credits, into these packs. We also have such a great heritage with the influence of concept imagery. And we love the end credits images that we saw from the show. So we loved working that concept imagery into these card backs and decoing the figures to match those artwork.
How many repaints you buying today, Martin?
I remember at the end of the first episode of The Mandalorian, like realizing that there were 7 minutes left of the show and kind of those end credits being almost a show in and of themselves. It was really cool.
Yeah, and they like always reflect obviously what happens in that show, but give it that new look and feel, which we loved obviously. Yeah. So we're bringing it into
Nikki,
our packs.
think of all the money you're saving.
Yeah,
I've
so
got
we have
one
5 new reveals for this program today, and who better to start our reveals with than
that's great, Meg.
the Mandalorian.
Oh, there you go.
I love this one, but let's just take a quick beat for the credits themselves. We base these off of the Imperial credits that have tech design details on each one. They're all the same base silhouette for the sculpts, but the details on each of the credits are unique. And they also have different colors. So if you collect all 5 of them, you'll notice. We use the artwork from the packaging and the learnings from previous credit collection to make sure that they fit really well on shelf and look cohesive from the waves from last year into this year. And for the figure, we got new color breaks on him. His visor has a new blue stripe, really helps to set him apart. And he comes with this really striking blue cape.
We got Skittle Boba. Now you got Skittle.
The packaging continues the standard set with our first credit collection with the weathered effect on the card to match the mood of the entertainment and set it apart from classic Kenner-inspired
I think I'm going to have to order some now.
We also have this crackling effect, crackling texture added to the art to match the end credits artwork. And the pill color is pulled directly from the art for a cohesive look to bring it all together. Our packaging team loves to do that, and I think it looks amazing.
But now that we've come up with the name Skittle Trooper, I think I need to at least have a couple. It showcases great concept art of the Mandalorian in his action shot in his Beskar armor, and we specifically chose this image because it shows a lot of the clear details for the Mandalorian. Available at Amazon in the US, Canada, and UK. Available for pre-order starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and on shelf spring of 2022.
And our second reveal here is the Mandalorian's first ally from the show in season 1. That's Quill. So
yeah, Quill. What about?
Great figure here.
What about?
Got one here in person to show you.
You're gonna
picking up some of those fun, super saturated colors from the concept art.
That's hilarious.
I love the hand movement. I feel like the Star Wars fans around the world have
Santa
gotten to know our
Walmart
hands very well from the backgrounds we provide.
Looky there. Look.
That's awesome.
I just picked this up at Walmart this weekend.
And with this guy, similar to our approach on carbonized and previous credit collection figures,
get another repaint.
We don't want to mess with the established skin tones of the figures. We feel that it would maybe make things a little weird in these. So we've left that the same, but we punched up the intensity of the colors of the rest of his outfit. You can see they're really saturated colors, and then pulled in that great yellow key light that's from the concept art and that shows up on the card back there. So you see that really beautiful stuff.
Oh my good gracious.
So this guy is available at Amazon in the US, Canada, and the UK. Available for pre-order tomorrow at 1 Eastern, and on shelf in spring of 2022.
Joining the Mandalorian and Quill in the credit collection, just like he joined them at the end of season 1, it's Greef Karga.
Oh, look!
He had a significant shift.
That. Look what else Santa
in his color palette in his outfit as well. He looks significantly different than the mainline version.
He doesn't
Instead
have
of all the brown tones in his outfit, he has a lot of blues and reds based off of that concept art from the end of season 1.
Cape. He just got the
his
brown
entire color palette in his outfit changed. Instead of becoming just simply more saturated. We're also able to bring in some details for the lower half of his body, which was missing from the original art. Available as a fan channel exclusive in the US and Canada. Available for pre-order starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time and on shelf spring of 2022.
What happened to her sound?
It's cool seeing them all together. I'm realizing now that there's a lot of kind of blues in the end credit arts from season 2, which obviously matches the logo, and we saw a lot more earth tones in season 1. So it's cool, kind of a collection within a collection within a collection.
I can't hear.
Which is really neat. So in your credit collection displays, fans, so Mando and Quill and Greef Karga, they're obviously going to need someone to battle.
I'm missing a repaint.
Who better to battle, obviously, for the Mandalorian
missing another
Moff
repaint.
Gideon.
There we go.
Seeing him here on the screen now. I couldn't, Jing and Chris did a great job of keeping them out of package. The packaging is just so beautiful. I couldn't bring myself to do it. But so we took a lot of the same learnings as the Death Trooper last year, if you remember that credit collection item. This art right here, I'm glad I left it in pack. This was part of that same piece of artwork. So we wanted the figure to look as though he also came from that same piece of artwork. Again, kind of the consistency within the expression here. So we used some of the same weathering colors on the figure as we used on that Death Trooper that came
Hasbro's
previously.
fan first,
so it forms a nice consistent collection between these two figures. Again, we liked the concept art for this item as it portrays the cold emotions of Moff Gideon, so we thought it was the best representation.
These are just
it's a great addition to our credit collection. So this item's available at Best Buy in the US and Canada. It's a fan channel exclusive in the UK. It's available for pre-order tomorrow at shock alert here, 1 p.m. Eastern time. You're going to hear that a lot, but we're going to keep repeating it to make it easy. And this one is also on shelf in the spring of 2022.
Oh, you guys.
We'll take turns putting them in and out of pack, Patrick. I have some in pack, some out of pack. Yeah.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah. And for our final reveal today in the credit collection, we started with a Mandalorian. We're going to end with a Mandalorian. It's the Armorer.
Of course.
In the artwork, she's seen holding a Mandalorian jetpack. We felt that it was important to include that jetpack with this figure.
You get all those
it's a
credits.
unique offering and pack out for the credit collection version of this character. You know, first time a credit collection figure has different accessories than the mainline version. We also had significant color shift with this one as well, based on the season 1 concept art. We went more in that direction. This is the hand that Patrick was talking about. We went more in the direction of magenta red. I want to just take a moment.
Look at the color.
Quite a bit different. Like if you notice some of the details the team really pulled in, the design team did a great job with this one.
Well, your wallet is
again,
safe
the piece of concept art shows a lot of clear details for this character and tells a good story with an interesting background environment. So we had to use that. Available at GameStop in the US, EB Games in Canada, fan channel exclusive in the UK, available for pre-order starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time and on shelf spring of 2022. All right, so that was the credit collection. We have one more Black Series reveal for the live stream before shifting back to the vintage collection, and one more reveal in our Mandalorian theme for the day.
Blurg.
So Mandalorian season 1 was awesome.
You know what
it took the world by storm. We all tuned in. We all loved it. In addition to focusing on other beats from the show, we also made sure to represent some of the key moments that we saw throughout the show.
Like when.
So our next reveal is just such an item highlighting a key scene throughout that we saw from the second episode of season 1. It's the build-up pack to help build out the world. It's the Mandalorian and Grogu in Arvala 7. Biggest thing we have here is that brand new painting technique for this one to achieve that caked on mud look. We worked with our factories to develop a new way of painting to get dimensional paint so that the figure looks accurately caked in mud.
Wait, you need him caked in mud.
It's my hands helping it. It's,
there you go, Martin.
Caked in mud to get that.
Get Mando caked in mud.
To get that look. Yeah. So that's how we got this effect. It's not a new sculpt. It's actually dimensional paint. So we thought that was really cool.
With all these
it's a new technique, and we're so excited about how it looks. It may be a little hard to see on camera, but you can see
Muddy
the
Mando.
detail
I
on
found myself
there.
leaning forward to get the full view.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh.
Hopefully no one saw
Claude,
that. Hopefully no one saw
Goldman,
my
hey!
oh,
Thanks for stopping in,
It's a big
Goldman. You know, Claude would be better
sure
than
it
all
was
these
like this
repaints,
too.
for sure.
So
Dirty
it also
man.
comes with a mudhorn
You know,
egg. First time in Black
Ooh,
Series.
you get a mudhorn
You can
egg.
actually open it.
And it opens.
See it?
Oh.
Mudhorn egg. And it
Martin
also
wants
comes
that
with
egg.
a Grogu with a new head sculpt. I'm going to have to use my hands because he's so tiny.
Oh.
He has a closed eyes if you can't see because he's using the force to levitate
he's
the mudhorn
concentrating.
just from that scene. It's
You
also
know,
the first
he is
time we've
cute,
done the
but-
first Pram in Black Series.
I've got dirt in my yard.
First Pram.
That's right. You could have done
You'll
that
notice that
yourself.
instead of the child in the packaging, he's
Right.
listed as Grogu, giving that this item is
Ooh,
coming out
now
after
you
we
need it
now
because
know
the
what his
package
real
says
name is.
Grogu.
Illustrations from these build-up packs can be challenging given the packs contain so much, as you saw. But we worked to find that balance, and we love the mudhorn in the background, giving context for the scene. So we had to include it. So for this one, I am going to bring up the packaging because you can see the
this
little
is
mudhorn
nice,
peeking in.
It is nice. It is
Or
a
big
major
mudhorn.
scene. You had the mudhorn and Grogu using the force. for
It's available.
the
This
first time
item is
that we
available
saw.
at Target in the U.S., Toys R Us in Canada,
Lifting that
Fan Channel
mudhorn,
exclusive in the
saving
UK.
Mando.
And this is another item that we won't be pre-ordering
Yes,
tomorrow
Grogu
in
on the
order to
box
ensure
is a
a better
feature.
pre-order experience. But it will be on shelf early 2022, and we'll keep you updated if we have any more details to share. That's it for the Mandalorian on today's live stream.
Grogu on the box is a feature.
Shelves throughout the fall, so definitely stay tuned.
Okay, let's turn back now to the vintage collection. More vintage collection stuff coming up. One of the most iconic things about Star Wars, no spoilers here, is the troopers. We know there are so many different types of troopers, and all of them are iconic, really cool looking, and really distinctive. And we know the importance of troop building to the vintage collection, since that's part of the larger world building mission of the expression.
It says Grogu and he's got his eyes closed.
We are excited to launch a brand new expression in the vintage line. It is a troop building assortment. These are going to be packs of troopers where the focus is on delivering multiple figures. And we are revealing the first one today. Now, first one, if you're going to talk about troop building in Star Wars, there's only one place to start, and that is with the Imperial Stormtrooper.
Nice.
So I'm showing one here. You're seeing 4 there. So you're seeing kind of the vision for this expression. The Imperial Stormtrooper is obviously, it's the king of troop builders. It's where you have to start. Everyone needs an Imperial army on their shelves with legions of troopers for the Empire.
Legions of
So
repaints.
one thing you're seeing us establish here, you saw that in that image, and I can show figures here, is that we've got each pack coming with 4 different troopers, 4 rifles and 2 heavy rifles. And what we're establishing is that we're including 3 of these grunt troopers. And here you'll get the beauty shot of my hand there. And then 1 squad leader, obviously here posed out with a pauldron showing the rank.
Yes.
So for these troop builder packs, it's something we discussed. We talked about just 4 troopers, but we wanted to deliver the variety within the troops to build out your army. So it's really cool. As you can see here in the image, the focus is all on the product. That's the point of troop building. Even though we know that packaging is iconic within the vintage collection, the product is the focus here. So the product, which I will share right now, takes cues from the vintage collection in a new shipper style package. So we can deliver the troops straight to you. Again, the goal's on the product
there
here.
You go.
But we spent a lot of time striking the right balance with this product.
I agree with you, Martin.
For the packaging.
I like
For
the
example,
packaging.
we showed the Hasbro logo instead of Kenner, since this isn't based on any classic Kenner form. We always try to follow that precedent, but since this is a new packaging structure, we did put the Hasbro logo on there. The illustration style, again, creating a new style here, but we did match that to the classic black and white line art used on our vehicle boxes.
I actually like
the box a lot. We also added a pop of red on the pauldron that makes that squad leader stand out, since that is a unique offering within the expression.
Yeah,
so we are excited.
I like this quite a bit, you know. I like the box. It's not on a card. It'll be in that plastic seal, kind of, yeah. That's a good one.
US, Canada, and the UK. It's available for pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and it will be on shelf early in 2022. So exciting new troop building program there.
Yeah.
Now, moving on in vintage collection, more vintage collection. Our final figure reveals for the day are all from the vintage collection mainline. Some of them have been pipeline revealed.
Meg, I just gave away Luke from Heir to the Empire. Luke with the Yisrael army, right? So a couple of Lukes would be great.
In a slightly different form and not in a pipeline reveal. So laying those clues there. As we mentioned with that previous reveal, he is coming to mainline. That's what we're showing off here. He checks off a box for a Return of the Jedi Original 96. He's finally coming to the vintage collection.
Oh, there he is.
The Emperor.
Carded Emperor.
On screen here in all of his glory. Now, if
this is good, because they've got him coming out in that
July. You'll find that the
throne.
mainline release comes with a different head sculpt. We wanted to provide those both for the line.
It's an original 96 repaint.
The Emperor's evil expression as he blasts his Force lightning at the end of the movie. He comes complete with that soft goods robe and a plastic hood, which shapes nicely around the face. Again, the design team struck a nice balance there in how to deliver that full offering with the plastic hood and the soft goods
That's
robe.
Not bad. You know,
and one thing we do want to call out is the vintage collection number for this item. We don't always announce these because they can change and we don't want to cause any confusion, but this is a special one.
Hey, Henry, hello!
The Emperor is the biggest villain in Star Wars. Very iconic figure, and it's only fitting that he have vintage collection number 200. So he marks the vintage collection's entry into the next 100
It's original
figures
96,
in the line.
but number 200.
And of course, the packaging will harken back to that original Kenner packaging.
All right.
So an exciting addition to the line. Hopefully you guys are excited as we are.
He's all right.
We're just thrilled to see him make his entry in the line. So up next, our next reveal for vintage.
No, I like the soft goods
favorite from the original trilogy
robes.
And another original 96 figure. If you got the Bespin carbon freezing
hey,
chamber,
Quentin,
which we
thank you so much.
Last year, you're seeing on screen here.
Oh, nice.
You are going to want this next reveal because it is Lobot. Pipeline reveal a couple of months ago.
Lobot. You got to have Lobot for Cloud City.
He's obviously been revised.
Actually,
his days.
This is
he's
good.
long deserving of
I like
an
Lobot.
update. We're excited to get him into the line. Our team worked really hard to capture the best portrait sculpt that he's ever had, really bringing those details to life. You'll see
it's a hard time we give him
in his
on all the
repaints
repaints
in the back of his head, which really kind of completes that figure. And of course,
we'll give him a lot of harassment for the repaints, but this was not terrible. It's not terrible at all. You know, I've had Christmas ringtone before, but if I'm in public and that ringtone goes off, then it draws attention. And I already get plenty of attention, so there you go. Lobot's pretty good. Again, we give them a hard time for the repaints, but some of these reissues, they're past due, and doing the photo real paint, all of that, that's not a bad thing. I don't mind these at all. It's some of these other repaints that are kind of sad, right? They're just sad.
TVC product reveal for the day, and also a Return of the Jedi original '96 figure from the original trilogy. Although we saw him recently looking a little bit different, it is Bib Fortuna.
Oh, Bib.
So another incredible
Bib
addition
Fortuna,
to the
not
line.
Bib Fat Tuna. Bib
This one turned
Fortuna.
out so great. Worked to bring to life the
Another
crazy
reissue
details on his face. He's got those little things hanging down from his chin.
I like that.
And the little
I like
details
Bib.
all over his leku.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So just lots of great care from the team to replicate all that stuff. And
Not
everything
bad.
from the sculpt to the deco with the wash detail to really highlight that and pull out all those details. The tentacles on his head, they're flexible.
Reissue.
So not super flexible, so they won't fall around, but you can pose and move them around. Just really great balance on everything there. So long fingernails, so you get those great creepy poses and stuff that you've seen in some of the art and in the movies. Brought it all together with the soft goods robe and skirt to really capture the great detail of that. So you see all those layers and stuff on that robe, just beautiful in person. So these 3 figures are all available at most major retailers, including Hasbro Pulse in the US, Canada, and the UK.
Yeah.
Available for pre-order, you guessed it, tomorrow at 1 Eastern Time, and on shelf spring of 2022.
Yeah.
Awesome. If Lobot's bringing back those puffy sleeves, Bib's bringing back those long fingernails. We're going to see those sweeping the nation.
Oh my goodness!
Maybe
if they would give us some pipelines and show us a blurg in the pipeline, that would be great. Yeah, Bib is awesome. Agreed.
We said those TVC reveals were our final figure product reveals, and that was true. But we do have one final product reveal for the day.
Come on!
It's just not a figure. It's in our Force Effects Elite line.
Oh, okay. So, is this?
We'll take a look here.
A Ray lightsaber?
As you know, the Force Effects Elite lines are premium roleplay lightsabers. So packed with features to really make them as realistic and authentic as we can. We saw this saber a couple years ago and knew it was going to make it to the line eventually.
Yeah.
And so for our first Force Effects Elite line, this is the first time we've done this blade color, and it's got some great new features. It's the Rey Skywalker lightsaber from Rise of Skywalker. So
very good.
I've got one of them in hand.
This
so
is actually the most exciting piece in the entire line.
And fabric wrap.
Does it have the?
And one of my favorite things is that we did this rotating
that's great.
switch here for the
Look at that.
the ignite feature.
I love this saber.
Fabric wrap just does all this great. It wears in over time, so it's nice and clean. Here, I'll grab another one. This one's got the blade on it, but you can see here if you watch close inside these little holes, you'll see the blade ignite when I rotate this.
Oh yeah!
Wow.
So you get a great little flash of the green
really
and
good.
blue, just like in the show.
Yeah.
Just like in the movie.
I love the yellow.
I
on
love
that. It looks
that.
so good.
I love that.
It does. The yellow.
Switch.
The yellow is great. It's kind of like really deep golden orange yellow. And then I'll do this again. But if you look inside these holes here on the neck, you'll see a little flash of blue and green.
Now,
just super accurate and timed out to the movie. So just great details like that.
Nikki, I'm so sorry.
The sounds in here were all created for the movie. They weren't all used in the movie, but they were created for it. So this is a great chance to really hear all those sounds created for that and really get the full experience. The secondary activation button for all those great other features, the wall cut and stuff, that's all in here.
I love
the blaster deflect, everything that we've done on previous ones.
Oh, they've got with
if I take the emitter end off of this thing, so you see the pedals here all folded flat.
Right.
Take it off of this one. So I've got this part now, and I take it and I go to put it over the blade.
Oh, and it's gonna
pop open. And then you slide that down on, so then you've got the open pedals.
Very nice.
On the one with the blade in it. So
I really like
some great articulation out of those things, like folding back.
Look at that.
Nice clicks into place. Just beautiful stuff. So
I love that
really
saber.
Great things like the weathering on the fabric, some printed on stuff, but then it's also designed so that with these raw edges of the fabric, it'll wear in over time. So the more you hold it and more you interact with it, like this one that I've got here is a great example where I've just been playing with this one a bunch, so these edges have started to fray a little bit more and look even more like the prop. So just beautiful, fun stuff there. No,
Santa is going to have a Rey lightsaber. Guaranteed.
Other things are... Yeah.
This is fantastic.
The packaging for this kind of follows the same style as we have for previous FX Elite lightsabers.
Yes.
So you see that great new yellow colors there.
Really like this.
All that. So just super excited about this one. And between the sounds and all the features and the Switch activation stuff, all that's just really
Switch
great.
Activation is
this one available at most major retailers, including Hasbro Pulse.
Pre-order tomorrow.
In the U.S., Canada, UK. Available for pre-order tomorrow at 1 Eastern Time and on shelf spring of 2022.
And Chris, I'm seeing is that this is the first time we have Rey Skywalker on package, right? Spoiler alert. Right? I think this is the first item that we've had Rey Skywalker on package for, which is really cool.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, very cool.
That's awesome. It's a great new addition to the line. Well, that is it for product reveals, but we shared on our last live stream that pipeline reveals would be a regular segment moving forward, which we love. This provides a look further down the pipeline.
Come on, give us some good ones.
You know, as always, we don't have product to reveal, so the official product reveal and pre-order will be at a future event, but we do want to reveal some more of the characters that we're doing across all segments. And Jing's going to kick us off.
Yeah, I'll start off with Black Series. And so our next pipeline reveal is the next wave of Archive. We know these aren't new figures, but these are some of our most popular figures in the history of the line. So we had to bring them back. Again, we want to provide, like Patrick said, some more visibility to you guys. So we were excited to share.
I'm a big simp for Rey. And I just wish they had left her with just Rey. That would have been better for me.
In over 6 years.
Here we go.
And as mentioned earlier in this live stream, he's one of the biggest villains in all of Star Wars. It's Emperor Palpatine.
There you go.
Excited to get him back into the line. We'll make sure to incorporate some of the updates we saw in 2019. Second, also from Return of the Jedi, but from an earlier act, it's Lando Calrissian Skiffguard.
Comment.
Third, up next, it's been a long time since this version of the character has been in the line, over 4 years. From earlier in the original trilogy, it's A New Hope C-3PO. And our final Archive pipeline reveal is from the Empire Strikes Back Bounty Hunter lineup. Really popular with the fans. We've brought them all back into the line, except this one. It's Dengar.
That's awesome. It's great to see those. It's great to see kind of the original trilogy.
If they would do a video on me, that would be quite the thing.
Point of the whole saga. So
my tiny little
great
channel.
Archive pipeline reveals. So that's it for our Black Series pipeline reveals. Again, as a regular segment, we're going to be doing,
you're going to lose your shield check if you're not careful.
So let's take a look now into the pipeline for the vintage collection. Now, our first two pipeline reveals are repacks, but they're figures we're excited to get back into the line. And again, we want to provide that visibility into the pipeline. So up first is everyone's favorite Jedi Master. Of course, it's Yoda. Key character to get back into the line. Excited to show him as a pipeline reveal. Up next for vintage, another repack, but an important one.
Repacks and repaints. Repack, repaint.
The Clone Trooper 501st Legion, the 501st Clone Trooper. So another character we're excited to get back into the line. And our final two vintage pipeline reveals will be new entries to the line.
Meg, I love you so much.
Not just repacks. Up first, we've got another great trooper from the Clone Wars, but not a clone trooper. It's the Mandalorian Death Watch Airborne Trooper. Long name, but a great figure there. We're excited to get him into the line.
I like that.
And finally, our final pipeline reveal for the vintage collection. There's no introduction needed for this guy. It's Figrin Dan. We have heard the request for background aliens, especially from the iconic Cantina
Jason,
scene.
you want that Figrin Dan.
Join the line.
Right, you've been wanting that.
For the vintage collection.
So one final pipeline reveal from our Force FX Elite line.
Ooh, another lightsaber.
We showed the Rey Skywalker lightsaber, and we're excited to see that hit the shelves. But we wanted to share a look down the pipe to our next Force FX Elite item.
Oh, another lightsaber. Which one?
That one is from the Rise of Skywalker.
Ooh.
Showed us some fantastic new lightsaber designs, and for this one, it's Leia Organa's lightsaber. This thing is
now,
beautiful.
These sold out down at Galaxy's Edge really quickly.
Absolutely. So that's it for pipeline reveals. Again, this is a
they've had Leia's saber in a package with Luke's. It was dual sabers, and they sold out down at Galaxy's Edge really, really quick. They were a limited series, so I do think that this Leia saber will be very, very popular.
And we're going to continue sharing these pipeline reveals again, regular segment, a little bit at a time. Now, before we go, so much news, we wanted to share an update on our HasLab Razor Crest. So first, an update on shipping. When we launched the campaign almost a year ago now,
the Razor Crest crowd is getting a little bit
shipping
grumpy.
In fall of 2021. Now, due to the large number of backers, obviously I think around 29,000, there's been a slight update to this shipping info. We now expect all fans to get their Razor Crest by early in 2022 in January.
Okay, they're pushing it back.
So a little bit of a shift there by about a month or so. Again, due to the overwhelming number of backers, which was great for the line. As always, this is subject to change. We'll keep you guys updated, but we wanted to let you know the update at this point so we know what we're tracking to. So that's the update on shipping.
Yeah, the Razor Crest crowd has been pretty grumpy. They've been complaining about no updates. There's been a suspect that it's going to be delayed. So we get that verification.
Last live stream, we shared the behind-the-scenes video from the photo shoot where you saw us working on this, but the teams had a chance to take those photos and really go through and work to produce the packaging. So you're seeing some shots here of it. Just, I love this thing on so many levels. Like
it's a box.
It just excites me, just the packaging. So
I'm not going to get excited about seeing a box.
The model arrived right as we were starting to shoot, so it was super fast paced that morning. We were running around trying to get everything right. It ended up being a 2-day photo shoot just to get all the scenes and all the shots we needed. You can see we tied it closely to the style of the barge, which referenced all the classic Kenner stuff. Boy. So the great line art on the back and sides there, and the look of kind of that applied label on the originals, but here it's obviously printed.
They do have the off-world
much
Jawas
better quality,
now
so just beautiful stuff.
Vintage collection in the back order. Yeah,
like you can see the shots here, just how much fun we had playing with all the different scenes for the thing. One of my favorites is the shot that's actually on the bottom of the box, and we've got a shot here that shows that, so you can get a peek at it. But it shows all the inner details of the ship, but it's also like took all the chance Jawas. To like have the Jawas pull every panel off the ship, and we've got Jawas hidden around, like holding panels, carrying panels of the ship off. There's even one in the cockpit, so if you look close in the shot, you'll see a little Jawa peeking out from the cockpit, messing around in there.
Now, surprises. Tell us you're going to put
just an
Jawas inside there
package
for everybody.
This thing is exceeding all of
my
expectations.
You're not wrong there, Meg, either.
It's beautiful in so many ways.
It would be fantastic to get the Frog Lady
really
and her
excited.
husband.
All those details in there. This thing is great.
That would be
beautiful
a great
in so many
combo.
ways, and can't wait for everyone to start receiving these things.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be watching the shipping notices. Excited to get that one in hand. All right, some final housekeeping. Important details here. As I'm sure you guys know, earlier this year we revealed the vintage collection IG-11 Lando Calrissian in his classic look, and Tebow. You're seeing them on the screen here. At the time, they didn't go on pre-order, and that's because we heard an ask from you guys, from the fan community, to wait until we can pre-order an entire case. And the final item in that case was the Vintage Emperor that was revealed earlier in the stream. So we're going to try this out and see how it goes. We're not necessarily going to do this all the time, but we're going to see what happens when we pre-order an entire case. So this entire case pack, including IG-11, Lando and Tebow, and the Emperor, will go on pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's all these items, as we said, for the Emperor are available at most major retailers, including Hasbro Pulse, in the U.S., Canada, and the U.K. So if you've been waiting for any of those items, tomorrow's the day. And one final update for the vintage Antok Merrick X-Wing. This is another pre-order update.
Okay.
So we showed this one at FanFest earlier this year. We revealed the item, and it also did not go on pre-order at the time. We wanted to provide an update here. So again, to ensure a better pre-order experience for you,
I saw a video of a guy with his.
It should be on shelves, just the way we've always done it. Shortly at a Target in the U.S. near you, or whatever retailers we announced at the time when we revealed it. So this one going straight to shelves. You will see it.
I saw a video of a guy with his Lego.
We've got a lot planned for this fall and into the winter. It's going to be an action-packed rest of the year. Look for more reveals later this month. And then, of course, we cannot wait for PulseCon 2021 in October. That's going to be amazing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Hasbro Pulse YouTube page for more Fan First Friday and other great content.
We'll see. We're going to just... we'll just mute that. I saw a guy with his Lego Razor Crest, and he's moving around. He dropped it, and it fell apart into a bazillion pieces. And there's there's your post blown up Razor Crest, guys. Today, this Fan First Wednesday, I just read hand. Hand First Wednesday. Hilarious. Santa. The Fan First Wednesday event, I think Repaint and Repack pretty well summarizes it up. Not a lot of great reveals. I am excited about Ray's lightsaber with that switch. So they've gotten that fixed where the switch turns to turn it on and off even with the little light inside the handle. That's a really good lightsaber. I'm really excited to be getting that. It looks really well made. So I'll be ordering one of those. And then we do have several repacks that are nice to get. The biggest disappointment of the day, though, are all of the repaints. We had repaints across Black Series and Vintage Collection. Just putting on the, for these Vintage Collection, making them those carbonized versions. Look, that's pretty lame. It's just a different kind of, right. Jason saw that. Just how he stands there looking at the Razor Crest Legos on the floor. It was a lot like when you saw the show and it got blown up. You were just in shock for that moment. That was the dude looking at those. Yeah. No, Martin, I'm not getting shield checks. I'm not. I won't be getting your shield checks until they get some blurgs released. That's the only shield check I'll get is from those lightsabers. I've been dying to get one of those Ray lightsabers. I love the design of it. I love the switch on it, and it being a yellow saber. I know there's a lot of complaints that they've kind of overdone the yellow sabers because they were practically non-existent in the EU and before we got to the sequel trilogy. And now it seems that in the Disney era, the yellow lightsabers are becoming more and more prevalent. And I saw Meg bringing up the Luke having the yellow one. That comes from Legends, so give them a little bit of break on that. But we see a lot of yellow, not as many green anymore. Green used to be a really, really popular one. Santa does need to get a green lightsaber as well, but I've been holding off for this Ray saber. Really excited they're releasing that. So really, really looking forward to getting that. Martin, no shield checks until blurgs equals no shield checks. Very true. Very true. Martin. So it's great to have Martin here. Tomorrow, we've been working out Martin. You may know him in our Discord as Zuvium. Martin will be joining me along with Bosk's Bounty. Right, we're going to get Bosk's Bounty and Tim and Martin together tomorrow to talk about this wave of Hasbro releases. Look for us to get together tomorrow. It is going to be a lot of fun. Santa needs a soundboard. I'm working on that, Nikki. I've got a Stream Deck here. And these Stream Decks are pretty awesome, right? They've got all kinds of programmable buttons on them that you can set. And you can see I've only got a couple set. And I need to get a few more on there so that we would have some built-in sounds. Santa in the War of the Bounty Hunters. Oh, yes. We haven't seen one on screens. 2 seconds, Rise of Skywalker. Only takes blurg bucks. There you go. There you go. Yeah. But and Hasbro's blurg broke. No kidding, Jason. If they would put out some blurgs again, they could put them in different colors. I think blurgs are perfectly built for Hasbro. They come in different colors. They could release them different color, different wave, and repaint the snot out of them. We could get repacks and repaints of blurgs forever, and folks will buy them. And so there you go. Yes, Martin. Looking forward to abuse tomorrow. Well, you're going to have to work extra hard tomorrow for those shield checks. And you know that Mark will be in there keeping you straight. So I look forward to getting Tim. Boss Bounty, he really does cover, yes, he does a fantastic job of covering vintage collection figures. And I look forward to talking with him tomorrow about these repaints and how excited Tim is going to be for these. Tim has also been pushing for the blurg, the TVC blurg. And we know Martin is our favorite. Martin is our favorite Hasbro shill here. And we make him work for his shill checks. And tomorrow you can look forward to him getting plenty of abuse from our friends here, making him earn his pay. That's going to be a ton of fun. I look forward to spending some time with Martin and Tim tomorrow. So please join us. And if for nothing else, join us to Hayes, Martin. And you guys, there's something else coming on. Martin has invited me to be a part of a a stream that he's doing with a friend of his. We're going to be talking about some Star Wars as well. So look for details on that podcast. There's a podcast. And Martin, you have to remind me what the name of that podcast is. I'm sorry, I can't remember off the hand. But they've invited me to be a part of that podcast, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And then that's when Santa's going to take some abuse. I've already gotten a preview of the kind of abuse that we're going to get, right? I came for the experience. I stayed for the abuse. Yeah, you'll get plenty of it tomorrow, Martin. You guys, thanks for being here. Meg, it's good to see you today. Thanks for joining. Jason, thank you so much for being here, and all of you. We've had some great dialogue in the discussion here. Nikki, I'm so sorry that this event was a bust, top to bottom for you. And but the good news for you, Nikki, is that you get to save all of your money. No, you'll be more prepared for Christmas because you're not going to be spending it all on Hasbro products because they gave you absolutely nothing today. Martin Schiller. I kid. Very good. Yeah, a podcast no less, launching in October. There will be plenty of promotions on it, and I'm very much looking forward to being on that podcast with Martin. We're gonna start. I know, Nikki. I'm so sorry. So you guys, we'll be on tomorrow with Martin and Tim to talk about this super fantastic Hasbro Fan First Wednesday event. And as we had in our poll, I asked if you thought that Patrick was going to own up to his HasLab mistake, and the majority of you, almost 70%, said no. And that is the case. No, he did not. Yeah, and they backhanded you right in the end too. Oh my goodness, Nikki! What I want to say and what I'm going to say on air is not the same. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for being here, and until next time, my friends. Merry Christmas.